Hello, everybody. Larissa here. Welcome to my Lunch and Learn, where every single week we explore topics to help you elevate your mindset, be at your best, and radically expand your life, your business, your health, your finances, and your relationships. And today I am going to be talking about decision and how to boost your proficiency with this seemingly simple skill that so many people struggle with. And if you're a professional woman that has responsibilities with business, with team, with family, maybe even charitable endeavors that you've taken on and just seem to dread the moments when people actually ask you about one more thing where you don't have the answer and you just want to see the stress and overwhelm disappear, then today is for you. So some of you know me, some of you don't. I'm Larisa McCook, author of Stop Procrastinating Your Life Away, master results coach, and CEO of Abundance Academy, where we work with professional women whose external results tell the world they're successful, but on the inside, they know they're destined for more. So I help them stop holding themselves back, go after their dreams, and radically expand their lives and their businesses. So they can create more magic in this beautiful world. And I would love to know where you are coming in from. Okay, would love to know where you're coming in from. If you're tuning in for the first time, type in first time in the chat. And if you're back here, just let us know who you are and that you're here. I really do appreciate you and your presence. So here's the thing. When it comes to decision, sources suggest that an average adult makes 33 to 35,000 decisions a day. I don't know about you, but that's a lot of decisions. They make decisions about what to eat, what to wear, what you'll say to someone, how you'll say it, and 95% of those decisions are actually made in the unconscious realm. Okay, they're made out of the conscious realm of awareness. And so as the thing that happens is as you acquire more responsibility and achieve more success, right? We all want more leadership, more success. However, you will be required to make more and more decisions. And that's not just for yourself, but for others in your world, people that you're leading, people that you're managing. As you have more children, you will have more decisions to have in your family. And so some of these things are seemingly simple and not necessarily a big deal. Other decisions can be much more challenging. And when you're not equipped to deal with them, when you have so many decisions and not effective strategies, or you're lacking a certain level of clarity, you can get into what we call decision fatigue. And you literally get physically and emotionally wiped. And you could even get to the point of being debilitated when making any decisions at all. And so that's not what we want to do, because we want to be effective with where we are in our lives and in our businesses. And it's not about being perfect. It's just about, are you doing what you need to do? Are you moving forward and making progress in a productive and proactive way? Now, the word decision, the origins of this word come from the Latin language, and it basically means to cut or to cut off, to remove all other options. And when you reach a decision, you basically come to a conclusion or resolution. You make some kind of formal judgment. There's a definitiveness to it. And we like to say, when there's a fork in the road, you pick one direction and you just eliminate the rest of the options. You choose one clear path. So when it came to ancient times, these decisions, they used to be accompanied by rituals of divination, and people would want to decipher signs in nature or spiritual intermediaries. Yet as time went on and business became a more structured and sophisticated thing, decision-making actually became more complex and much more strategic, with different models and considerations that started coming into play. So what you need to know is a lot of the decisions you make are outside of your awareness. Okay, so you've got your conscious mind, which I like to call the head, the logical realm. This is where 5% of your decisions are made. 95% of your decisions are made with your heart, with aspects of yourself that you're not even paying attention to. And in fact, all learning, behavior, and change are unconscious. They're made out of your awareness. Now, most people are not taught decision-making skills at a young age by their parents. Most people are not taught decision-making skills in school. What they are taught is, ooh, do your best. And if you get it wrong, we'll penalize you. There tends to be a fear or an anxiety that gets created very early on of being wrong. What if you make the wrong decision? What if you get the wrong answer on a test? And instead of just going for it and learning it, they shy away. And so decision-making skills can absolutely be learned. You need to know this. If you say, I suck at decision-making, stop it. Okay, stop it. Decision-making skills can be learned. The more you practice them, the more proficient you can become at them. So if you haven't been an effective decision maker in the past, don't let you stop that from moving forward in the future. Go get the skills because you simply don't have them yet. No judgment. Okay. Now, the most successful and wealthiest people make decisions quickly and change them slowly, if at all. Napoleon Hill, who wrote Think and Grow Rich, dedicated an entire chapter on decision making. And what he did is he was commissioned by Andrew Carnegie at the turn of the century to go out and interview 500 of the world's wealthiest individuals. And he also interviewed about 10,000 of the world's least successful people. And he realized that the successful and wealthy people had a very, very good ability at making decisions quickly. And they didn't second guess themselves or change them left, right, and center. Just even last week, my son and I don't know where this came up. We were watching something on YouTube and then something else came up and something else came up and something else came up. And we started learning about billionaires. And what did they say about billionaires? They don't waste time on silly things. Their time is precious. And so they make decisions quickly and they just move on. They don't spend time hesitating or dwelling on things. They also have impeccable clarity. They know what they want. They know what's in alignment. They will pay good money to get things that are in alignment with their goals and that will move them forward in life. The rest, they tune out and they don't pursue. So it's very, very easy. And I think having a level of clarity is absolutely essential for you to become a really good decision maker. When it comes to making decisions, sometimes we hesitate because we don't have information that we need to be able to make a decision. So do your best, get the information you can, and make the best decision you can with the information you've got at the time you have to make it, right? Don't just keep putting it off and putting it off, putting it off. There's never going to be a perfect time. I guess on the flip side is you have a 50-50 chance of being right. If you make a wrong decision, you can always adjust and change course in the future. But if you take the time to really do some homework and then tune in and ask yourself, ask spirit what the best course of action to take will be, your answer will often be right. It's when you get into this hesitation that you second guess yourself and tend to make questionable decisions. So your unconscious mind, your intuition knows what is right. It's got information that is beyond your awareness. So I want to give you 2 decision-making strategies, 2 really, really simple tools. And I have the first one, really simple. And the second one, I just have a simple slide to share with you because I think it'll actually, no, I have a slide for both. I have a slide for both. Wow, this is amazing, guys. This is my first time trying to share a slide. Ooh, let's see. Yes, okay, I'm sharing a slide. I hope this works. If you are watching, let me know in the chat. Can you guys see my slide? Can you see my slide? I don't know if you can, but I'm hoping this works. And if it's not working, then let me know. Okay, let me know. So the first tool is Super, super simple. Okay. So ask yourself, what's the best that can happen? Okay. So you collect your information, you do your homework, and then it's decision making time. You sit down and say, what's the best that can happen? And this is based on a risk management model. What's the worst that can happen? Okay. What's the worst that can happen? And usually, if you really think like, what could be the worst possible outcome, it's not likely to be that bad. It's probably pretty minor in the grand scheme of things, right? So go to the extreme, the absolute best, the absolute worst, and then what's likely to happen in this scenario? Okay, it'll probably be fine. And then what you do, this is what Mel Robbins does. She says 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. So count yourself down and just make a decision, because when you make that decision with the gut, you've already done the homework. You've evaluated in a reasonably intelligent way. You know what you want to do. You just have to have the guts to do it. So go make a decision and back it by action. That's another thing. You decide and then you go do something about it. You tell someone about your decision. You make the phone call. You send the email. You start acting on the project. You put something in your calendar. You have to take the next step. Even if it's a teeny tiny step, you've got to make it happen, because that locks it in your mind. Now, the second decision-making model I wanted to share with you, this is a really strategic decision-making model. This is something I use often. And so you ask yourself, and for this one, you really need to have clarity on what it is that you desire, what it is that you want. Will it get you closer to or further from your goals, from your desires? So if you don't know what you want, it's going to be hard to make a decision. So you need to have clarity. And I want to just touch on this point, because clarity doesn't happen when it comes to the time of making a decision. The clarity you're looking for has to come before. It has to be something that you just keep doing and pursuing and seeking on a regular basis. You don't just get clarity when you're making that decision. You gain clarity when you do your annual planning, when you do your quarterly planning, when you look at your goals every single month, every single week, when you check in with yourself and make your plans for the day. You review what you want. You gain clarity on what you want based on your experiences. You keep moving forward and you learn. You review, you reflect, you refine, you repeat the things that are working and change what's not. And sometimes just based on life experience, it will bring you clarity. But if you're not paying attention on a regular basis, finding that clarity at crunch time, just going to say it's going to suck. It's going to be really, really hard for you. So make clarity, make finding clarity, make having clarity, make that a part of your everyday and your everyday experience. I can't tell you how important that is. Such a simple thing most people overlook. This is why my clients and I, we get together every single day at 6:30 a.m. to study, to learn, to grow, to evaluate, also to gain more clarity, to enhance the clarity that we have in our lives and in our businesses, and make sure we're moving forward in an effective and powerful way. Could you imagine if you actually did that for an hour every single day? How much further along you'd be. Most people don't even give their lives 5 minutes of attention. We do this every single day. My clients are beautiful and brilliant and moving forward because they take the time to do this. Now, second thing, do you want to? Do you want to do this thing? The thing that you are deciding on, is it even relevant? If you don't want to do it, you can say no. You don't have to say yes. Might be a good idea, might move you forward, but in your heart and soul, if you really don't want to, you can say no. And sometimes that's a really difficult thing for us to accept. You don't always have to give people a reason. Sometimes you often don't need to give people a reason. You can just say no. And if you want to be polite, say no, thank you. Do you have it to give? Do you have the time, the money, the energy that people are asking for? So whoever's asking you to make this decision, do you actually have the time, money, energy, resources? And if you don't, even if it seems like a good decision, if you aren't in a position to go get it, or if you're not willing to go find it, you say no at this point? Okay, pretty straightforward. Now, if you say, yes, I don't have it yet, but I want to go get it, I want to make this happen, or I do have the resources, awesome. How can I get them? How can I find these resources? How can I put these things in place? The time, the money, the energy that I need. You need all three of those to have a really full, solid commitment. So if you don't have it yet, ask yourself, how can I? And get to work, start acting on the ideas you come up with. This is not, what excuses can I make for why it's so hard? Right here, you're looking at only possibility thinking. How can you get to the outcome? How can you find the solution? How can you find the money? How can you juggle things or shift things around in your schedule to create the time and make it happen? Okay, how can you get the resources you need? Next, what will I do? What are you actually going to do? Right? Pick one thing on your list and then get moving. Take that immediate inspired action. And you know what's going to happen? Sometimes it's going to work, and other times it's not going to work. And when it doesn't work, okay, when it does not work, you know what you do is you go back to the how can I list and pick something else and then go do that. And then if that doesn't work, you go back to that list and you pick something else and go do that. And if you run out of things, go ask yourself that question more. Go ask 5 or 10 other people that question and keep going until you get it. If you are truly motivated, you will find a way. However, ultimately, you've got to know if this is something that you even want. Okay? Is it something you desire? So this is a simple seeming thing. However, when you get to this point of making decisions and you start using these strategies, this is it, what's the best that can happen? What's the worst that can happen? What's likely to happen? Boom, go. Or just decide, is it going to even move me forward towards my goals? Is it going to be something I want to do? Is this something I am capable of doing, like with time, money, and energy? Is it something I'm willing to put my time into and figure out how to do? And if so, go ahead, move ahead. If not, it's okay to say no. So those are 2 really key decision-making strategies that I think are important. If you add them to your toolbox, you can start making better and better decisions to free your time, your energy, money, and just be more focused and present on the things that actually matter in your life. Your projects, your initiatives, everything will start moving forward and you will increase your capacity. You'll be able to handle changes and opportunities in your life with ease, with joy, with elegance, and with grace. Now, like I say every week, it's simple, but it's not necessarily easy. The key is to do something about it. So I would love, love, love for you to take these decision-making strategies and actually implement them. And then tell me how they're working. Okay, tell me how they're working for you, because insight without action is worthless. So next week, we're actually not going to be here live. There's going to be no Lunch and Learn next week because what's happening is I am hosting the Focus Formula Masterclass. And this is, I'm so, so, so excited. This is an opportunity for women that are living in a state of autopilot, right? If you're a high achieving woman and you're in a state of autopilot and you want to become more present, more focused, and more effective in your life with the motivation to follow through, this is what we're going to be talking about. So the 3 things that I'm going to focus on in this masterclass are the critical mistakes a lot of people make when they're trying to focus, and what you can do instead so you don't spin your wheels and go all over the place on the hamster wheel. I'm going to show you 3 really simple and straightforward productivity tips that will get and keep you motivated so that you can say yes to yourself more and more of the time. They're super simple. You'll be able to start some of them right away. And also the 9 steps you've got to take to gain ultimate clarity, ultimate confidence, and ultimate conviction in your life and business. And we are going to have some super, super, super amazing surprises. When my team and I met about this new masterclass, we just thought of some phenomenal resources we could offer you as part of our community to not just walk away with the information, but actually have something concrete you could sink your teeth into. So there will be some phenomenal resources and bonuses available if you show up. Now, I know that people really like replays, and it's awesome to say, oh, live is so inconvenient, but I like seeing human beings in my Zoom room. And so this is a virtual class, so you can attend from anywhere in the world. But what we do is we don't offer replays to this. It's a live thing. You actually have to show up, okay? Don't ask for a replay. But we have 3 different times that we are running this class next week. It's going to be the Wednesday at noon. So at this time, that's why I'm not going to be here. It's going to be 7 p.m. next Wednesday. These are all Eastern time zone. And then Saturday morning at 9 a.m. So one of those times we've got daytime at lunch, evening, and a weekend. One of those should be sufficient for you and your schedule. We would love, love, love to invite you and have you join us for the focus formula, because this is a brand new masterclass we are just putting out. But we've had so many people ask us about productivity tips. Our calendar ninja trainings, our clients love them. They keep going back to them time and time again. Focus and productivity is a big topic, especially at this time when we just need to be more organized so we can have the freedom and the flexibility and the joy in our lives. We're not scrambling left, right, and center. So if you want to attend that, I want you to drop focus in the chat, and my team will let you know how you can get registered. So if you want to get registered for this amazing, amazing masterclass, drop focus in the chat, and we will let you know how you can do that. So that's it for now. I will be back again on this channel again in 2 weeks with some more beautiful tips and tricks for you to live your absolute best life. I think I may even have a very, very special guest for you next week or in a couple weeks. So stay tuned, and I